Hello and welcome to the AI Agents with SAP CAPM application development course. Now within this course, our first objective will be to learn about AI agents. What are AI agents, how they function, and why in the first place we will be using them in our setup. Then we will go into the CAPM application development and we will use AI agents. We are going to use some of the cloud options which are ready-made AI agents. Then we are going to also explore local AI agents. We will also touch the machine learning world within our course journey. And in here, we will go into some of the practical hands-on details of how the AI agents can be utilized in our coding or in our projects. So let's get started with it. So the first thing is we have a developer, and the developer, the classic scenario was that they do technical app development work. Now with this app development work, they will be actually going into the proper development and do the coding or the coding activity which is required or essential in this case. So that is the classic scenario. Now with the AI agents, what we have is the work is being done by now the AI agents. So the development will be done by the AI agents, the debugging will be done by the AI agents, the testing, all the part can now be done by the AI agents itself. And as a developer, you will be basically monitoring the activity in the work of these agents. Now this has reduced the load, which was the workload, which was previously done by the developers. And this is why we are going to see and learn how the AI agents can be used in our specific development cases to reduce the workload. We don't have to work as much as we used to do while the development phase or testing phase is done. So all that can be now outsourced to the AI agents, and the developers will be basically monitoring the work what the AI agents can do. And as developer, your job is to now see the accuracy in which the AI agent can work on the development artifacts or the code. So this is completely doable now. So now the next problem is selecting the right agent. Which will do our work. So when we are developing or when we are testing some application, then the agent should be able to understand the code, should be able to understand how to interrupt the code or do the testing for us. So the agent should be capable to do the work which is provided to the agent. So when we train a agent, then the agent learns. So if you train a agent on very large data set, then it stores all that in weights. So we will see in the coming section how, in a brief overview, how that happens. But normally the weights are what the agent store of its learning, and those weights actually can have sizes. For example, we can have 1 billion parameters which are stored as learning. We can have 2 billion parameters which are stored as learning. So once you feed data to an AI agent, then that agent basically store those data as learning weights, and the number of parameters it stores represent how much it knows. So for example, we can categorize the agent as a big or large agent, or a medium size agent, or a small agent, or a micro agent based on how much parameters they have stored within the learning dataset. So these are in general categories which we have defined. There is no hard and fast rule that a big agent need to have 17 billion parameter. These are just a figure what we have put based on our experience of how we categorize or see agent while working with them. So if we have a big agents, normally they will have the billion parameter as 70 or more billion parameters. So these are massive agents which knows a lot about generic things. There can be also agents which are specialized on certain activity, like they are specialized on video generation. So these are only fed with the video data, or the image generation. So they are fed the image data to learn from, or code generation. So some of the agents are specialized on code input data sets. So they are specialized to generate code. So it can happen that a agent is either generic agent or a specific particular category wise trained agent. So that can happen, and they store the weights in billion parameters. So the large agents, typically we see those as 17 billion or more, and then there are some small agents which are 20 to 30 billion parameters agent, which have good efficacy, and they are trained and they can be used in our daily activities. Then there are some small agents like 10 to 20 billion parameters agent. They are basically small agents to do small menial activity. And then there are micro agents which are below 10 billion parameter. They can be put in the edge devices. So these particular agents are small and they require less memory to run. So you can actually embed them in small devices and make them intelligent as well. Then there are certain agents which we give the access to MCPs. So what is MCP, we'll see in a moment, but you can see those as a gateway for the agent to know about your work. So for example, if I have my specialized work and I provide a interpreter. So for example, agent gets a interpreter, and whatever my work is there or my project activities are there, then this interpreter actually translate those activities to the agent. So agent only understand the current work which I have to get done from this interpreter. So it is kind of a intermediate server which we called as MCP, which acts to translate our work in the language which agent understand, and only specialized activities can be carried out by the agent. So this is where the agent with MCP actually outperforms many times with agent without MCP, because then they have to work right from their learning data set or the memory what they have acquired from the learning. So this is one category, agents with MCP. Now there are one more category which what we can see is the cloud agents. And in this cloud agent, what we can see is these are hosted in hardwares which the vendor basically owns. We plug and play the APIs to our own computer. So we'll not be running these agents or large language models in our own hardware, but they are running on cloud infrastructure. We are just going to use them in our computer. Some of the example are Claude agent or Codex agent. These are massively trained LLMs. Normally you will find that agents will be having around 200 to 300 or more billion parameters. So they are trained on massive data sets. So they are hosted in the cloud, and you basically get access to their API key, or through your account you can access the services of the cloud agent. So this is one special type of agent where you don't need any hardware to run those.